Hi there, and welcome back to the House of Lune. Today's video is something of a special, as we're going to go into a topic to terrify your hyper-Christian Aunt Carol with. The witchy origins of Easter. The whole thing is a bit complicated, but Aunt Carol isn't going to sit around to listen to that, so I'm going to get this out quickly enough to melt her mind with our witchy truth. When the Romans were organizing Christianity, what stories would get into the Bible and when festivals would be, they couldn't make them too different from what was already around. This was because they needed to convert the pagan groups around them, and the people in Rome who followed the old gods. To make it easier, they looked into what festivals already existed, and adopted those. Yule became Christmas, and Samhain became All Saints' Day, which became Halloween. So next time Carol says Halloween is the devil's holiday, tell her it came from the Feast of Saints. You're welcome. But back to Easter. Among the pagan festivals, there was one that came from the Anglo-Saxons pagans. It celebrated an ancient fertility goddess called Esther. Sounds a lot like Easter, right? Ever wonder what rabbits and eggs have to do with Easter? Nothing. Nothing at all. You know what they do have to do with though? Esther. As a fertility goddess, her symbol was an egg. As for the rabbits, Esther was often depicted as having the head of a rabbit, like with the ancient Egyptians and their gods Horus and Anubis. In some roundabout way, it plays into an ancient Greek word, estrus, essentially meaning, when ladies start to get broody. And over time, the word changed and evolved to become estrogen, the female hormone responsible for all things woman and baby, which creates estrus. Going back to Jesus, what with his resurrection at the end of his story, that fits in with the egg and fertility, also representing rebirth, and as for the rabbits? Who doesn't like rabbits? Esther clearly did. So, Esther became the Easter bunny. Seriously though, rabbits represented fertility too, so that's where that came from. This being the case, if Carol is trying to become pregnant and wants to put up a whole bunch of Easter decorations, at the very least, they'll put her in a better mood which aids pregnancy. Just don't tell her it's essentially an altar to Esther.